Why do we hate to think about the money that we spend every day? Everybody feels like they don't have enough money. But what is money? It's like the water of society. We need it every day, but just like a river, money moves from one person to another. It's a powerful part of our lives, and sometimes a problem, but it's also something we use every day, and it's part of our happy times too. We can't stop money from flowing in and out of our pockets, but if we understand the money we use every day, we can use it to help ourselves and our friends and families. Before you get a job and before you live in another country, I want you to think about the money you spend in your everyday life. That money is called living expenses. Living expenses. What are we going to talk about today? Living expenses is the money that we all spend in our everyday lives. Today I want to talk about how we pay those bills. Do you pay all your bills in cash, or do you use different methods for different types of bills? Let's ask a few people about their experiences. The biggest bills are usually the regular expenses, so we'll discuss those first. Those are the bills that come once a month or 4 times a year. There are 2 types. First, we'll talk about fixed expenses. Bills like rent for your apartment, which is the same amount of money every time you pay. Next, we'll discuss bills like electricity bills, which usually change every month. Our third topic is personal spending. This is what we choose to spend on things like food, clothes, or even going to the dentist. I bet this is the type of spending that you think about most. And finally, we'll talk about one-time expenses. This is the money that we spend occasionally on things like gifts or buying a new fridge. First of all, let's talk about fixed regular expenses. Fixed expenses like rent or your phone or internet bill are usually the same every month. Some tax bills like national health insurance premiums are the same every time you pay too. Why is that important? Well, these bills are often big, and they're often an important part of our lives. We don't want to forget how to pay these bills. We don't want to forget to pay these bills. I asked 3 people how they pay their regular fixed expenses. For example, phone, internet, rent, school fees, and insurance premiums. One student told me her parents pay most of her living expenses, but she pays her own phone bill, and she says it's easy to pay it in cash at the convenience store. But sometimes she forgets to pay, so she's thinking about a different method. Another student said that he pays his rent by direct debit. Direct debit means that his bank takes money automatically from his bank account to pay the rent. The good thing is that his rent payments are all recorded in his bank statement, so he can easily check the payments. Finally, a student's mother said that she pays university fees once a semester. The fees are too expensive to pay in cash, so she sends the money from her bank account. This is called a bank transfer. If you live by yourself, rent is one of the biggest expenses. Because these bills are usually the same every time, it's easy to forget how much they cost. but 80,000 yen per month is 960,000 yen per year. These bills are often big, so we pay them through a bank. Ask if your bank has a main bank discount for customers who mainly use one bank. Compare your bills with your friends too. You can help each other save money. And saving money on big expenses can give you big savings. Now, let's move on to our second topic.